Hello, fellow viewers. We're watching whatever. We are back here with The Glory episode 7 today. I'm Nathan.
I'm Danny.
So, Danny's a little tired today. He had a little bit of partying last night, but we're going to make our way through this. I don't want to take too long on the intro, but do you remember what happened with episode 6, Danny?
Right. So we have uh the main who is Yunjin.
Yeah.
She's getting kind of help, outside help, right? Like her mom is kind of telling her that she's gonna handle things for her or something. And we have the main character. She's just recruited help from the stalker, and he seems willing to do whatever for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see what role he plays in the revenge. Um, yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
All right, so we're going to start The Glory episode 7, but before we do, for our YouTube viewers, please remember to like and subscribe. What you're seeing here is a cut down version. If you want to see our full length reaction and our full end commentary, you can see that on Patreon. For our Patreon viewers, thank you for joining us. And we're going to start the program here in 3, 2, 1. Other thing I noticed is the go board, they made it represent like what it looks like raindrops.
That's his shop, right?
Yeah, his new plastic surgery hospital.
흉하죠. 흉터요.
상처요. 또 주저앉게 되면 이젠 나 불러요. 상처 더 내지 말고. 나도 바닥 좀 기어봐서 알거든요. 그 분노의 무게.
I should write some of this down. I think it'd help if I look like him too.
What picture did he cover?
I didn't see.
Oh, must be symbolic or.
나 출근하려고.
Either that or they wanted us to focus on that group picture.
손명호란 친구는 여기 없는 건가?
어딨나? 근데 오빠가 명우를 어떻게 알아? 아, 쪽팔려. 혹시 명우가 오빠한테도 협박? 뭐 그런 거 했어? 뭘로?
일반적이지가 않네. 너도 그렇고 네 친구도 그렇고 손명호 이름만 나오면 협박받았냐고 묻네.
He catches on pretty quick.
Yeah, you can see she's feeling like perfect life already slipping away, maybe.
Yeah. Things are slowly starting to crumble for her.
재준이를 만난 거야?
가해자의 남편은 왜요?
언젠가 복수가 끝났을 때 연진이 옆에 아무도 남기지 않으려고요.
I keep thinking to what you said before, how her revenge and the way she gets it is different for each person.
신명나게 가르쳐 줄게요.
It's love. I know you slightly disagree with me, but I'm gonna say it's love.
강현아 씨? 강현아 씨?
네, 강연아. 여기요, 저요.
She's a fake name.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that's even her, like what she put down. It's just she's taking someone's place.
Uh,
No one came to claim it. She's like, oh yeah, that's me. So the guy was a serial killer.
oh, is that what it is?
It's a serial killer arrested. Sheesh.
He sent a letter to
To the son.
the other guy previously, right?
He's been sending him letters.
Oh.
Medical knives to just serial killer knives.
It's like a Dexter or something.
Yeah. It's like Dexter's drawer.
182에 75.
Oh, Woo.
Ooh.
That's pretty violent.
Mhm. Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, dang.
Wow.
Whoa.
I don't
That's
remember
pretty,
it like that.
it's pretty violent.
He's visualizing his revenge, his murder. So you weren't wrong. There is something crazy about him. Right? And he's not that like really just innocent young person,
Right.
which is why I was saying I think it was easier for him to be like, I'll kill them for you, whatever it
Right.
takes.
일일이 안 세워봐도 되지?
너 이제 천국 못 가. 난 갈 수 있거든. 난 너한테 한 짓 다 회개하고 구원받았어.
빼기 좋네. 죽으면 꼭 천국 가. 사는 동안은 지옥일 테니까.
오늘 우리 딸 진짜 멋지더라.
근데 분홍야매제는 진짜 페어플레이가 뭔지 모르더라. 화춤에 어쩌고.
That's right.
2번 김지호?
She can't see the color.
쟤는 원래 무조건 태클 걸어.
And now he knows, or he has a
그래?
idea.
제 담임 선생님 말이야. 엄마는 별로 마음에 안 들어하던데. 예솔이는 어때? 괜찮아?
친구인데 왜?
친구?
같은 고등학교 친구인데 왜?
어때? 예뻐? 너 연진이 남편 만났어? 왜? 너 연진이랑 들켰어?
연진이랑 들켰어도 너는 아니야. 이제는 좀 알아야지. 이 드레스 잘 어울린다니까. 결혼해야지. 언제 또 베라왕 입혀주는 남친을 만나, 네 연세에. 아, 전에 어느 호텔에서 결혼했는지 남친이한테 꼭 물어보고 할인해줄 수도 있다. 재혼도 단골인데.
Just like speak like that in front of like
Anybody. Look at that. Why would you even continuously hang around with people like that? Right, like if you and I talk to each other that way, where we just talk down on each other and talk crap to each other, it's like, why even hang out?
예솔아.
she doesn't know if it's safe to cross.
Yeah, she can't tell the difference in the colors.
No one else is walking.
Now he knows that she has the same condition.
You feel bad for him now?
Do I feel bad for him?
오늘은 삼촌 혼자 예솔이 보러. 예솔이 뭐 좋아해?
I would if he wasn't such an a-hole.
인형?
주식이야. 삼전이나 카카오야. 농담인데.
야, 8살이 그런 조크를 이해했다고? 와, 너 존...
He doesn't swear.
아유, 누굴 닮아 이렇게 천재일까 우리 예솔이는? 어떤 개새끼가 어린이 구역에서 손모가지를 확... 여기 어린이 안 보여? 삼촌 결심했다. 오늘부터 예솔이 지키기로. 사랑한다 예솔아.
That's creepy too, man.
Hey, fellow watchers, don't forget to like and subscribe and check us out on our Patreon. Links are in the description below. And now back to our program.
냄새. 재준이 걸 진짜 훔쳤어? 시끄럽고 손명호는 없었어? 이거 네가 다 뒤진 거야? 응. 러시아 간다는 소리가 진짜였어? 근데 왜 안 갔지?
안 갔다고?
네 손에 여권 들고 있잖아.
뭔데? 왜 난리야?
그 새끼 어디서 뒤진 것 같거든?
손명호 실종됐다고. 그럼 신고를 해. 뭐가 찜찜한데? 중계처 가니까 전화하지 마.
그 새끼 비번을 네가 어떻게 하나 했다. 696969.
바로
got almost like a Mission Impossible soundtrack.
Yeah, a lot of the music sounds like it's from like other shows and
Mhm.
movies and stuff.
So she's gonna have the lady follow whoever it is that picks up
Whoever's
the
picking-
money.
Sounds like it's like that cop, the one that
The one that's helping Hyejeong
Yejin is
or
using.
Yejin.
Yeah, yeah.
안정미 선생님.
네, 이렇게 뵙네요.
The school nurse.
많이 들었어요.
So she's gathered a third person.
인사드리러 왔어요. 이제 못 뵐 것 같아서요. 선생님은 저를 전혀 고치지 못하셨거든요.
Sheesh. Wow. So you did nothing for me. So that is that supposed to mean that he sees him all the time? So his dad was jabbed in the neck, and
All right, that's what he wants to like.
that's why in his vision he stabs him in the neck too.
Right.
애 못 데려와? 왜 못 데려와? 너 친부 아니고 생부.
99%가 넘어. 그거 과학 아니야?
그러니까 쓸데없이 왜 했어? 99%가 아니라 990%가 넘어도 법적 친부가 애를 버리지 않는 한, 넌 영원한 이손이라고.
Do you think it's right for him to try to take her away?
내가 왜 삼자냐고 내가 아픈데.
He's just being selfish. He's gonna mess up her life.
Yeah.
교도소든 장기 출장이든.
It's funny how he's complaining about effed up laws after all the stuff that he's done and gotten away with.
Seriously.
지금 상황에서 너에게 최선은 소송이 아니라 친부의 이혼이야.
How could you think that it's not gonna mess up the child to all of a sudden go, hey, guess what? I'm your dad, not him, and take her away from someone she knew as her father forever?
그 렌터카요. 우리가 이번에 뭘 제대로 잡았어요.
Oh, it's the host guy.
Husband?
They're trying to extort her for money. The dudes who are following her and like
Yeah. The ones who crashed
Yeah.
into her. Yeah, remember he said, give me cash for my car, for the payment for my car.
right.
누가 나타날게요.
Yeah, you're right. It's a dirty cop.
박윤진이 그럼 점찍간 사모님이 손명호한테 원했던 건 뭔데요?
내 중 누군데 윤소희 죽인 거.
See, the first time I saw it, for some reason I thought that it was in her plan to have him killed.
Right.
증거 있어? 박윤진이 범인이라는 증거?
Who did you think was the one that killed her?
그날 소희가 떨어질 때
I
손에
can't remember.
I think you were saying it was
Oh.
possibly Jaejun.
Oh, right.
I thought it was him initially, and that he was lying about it.
Oh.
거기 있었어?
이젠 너도 있었던 거지.
야나 10억 부른다?
연진이랑 약속 잡히면 전화 줘. 그럼 그날 이 명찰 줄게. 얼마를 받아내든 그 돈은 다 네 거야. 난 다른 거 줘. 박연진의 자백이요. 앞으로 사는 동안 죽도록 뜨겁고 진물이 철철 나게.
Mm.
먹지도 먹지도 못하고
Mm.
단 하루도 편안하지 않게요.
You think that's how she feels?
그럼
Well,
이제
I mean, that describes a healing burn. But yeah, I don't think she's really had a day's peace ever since then.
찾아야죠.
Right.
말씀하신 서류예요, 어머니. 가족관계 증명서, 대학 졸업 증명서, 산부인과 검사지요.
문 선생?
문 선생!
최혜정?
우리 아들이 만나는 앤데.
아, 고등학교 동창이었어요, 어머니. 결혼하는구나. 축하해.
태우기 짝으로 공들여는. 아우 쌍놈 새끼야. 아니 근데 너는 왜 인사도 안 하니?
동나! 반가워라. 우리 얘기 좀 하자 지금. 어? 너 대체 뭐 하고 다니는 거야?
너
혹시 나한테 할 말 없냐?
대체 도영 오빠는 왜 만난 거야?
너 정말 나한테 할 말 없어? 니네 도영 오빠가 지발로 와서 손명 어딨냐고 씨발 먼저 물었고 나도 물어보잖아. 너 진짜 나한테 할 말 없냐고?
뭐? 뭐가 궁금한지 구체적으로. 너 미쳤어.
감히 내 딸을 하도영이 딸로 만들어?
야 실비 좀 터지면 내 방송 못해.
That's her concern. You know, I'm definitely not against violence against women, but for some reason, that scene, I never felt any compassion for her. She's got her eyes open though. I feel like she was doing that to get herself
Make
out of
sure he
that.
doesn't.
Yeah, like he
Yeah,
doesn't go
he
crazy.
doesn't turn violent.
Yeah.
You think homie's gonna show up here on Father's Day?
I don't know. I keep looking at all the. Sure enough, I just kept seeing all the little boys with their bowl haircuts.
요즘 자주 뵙네요.
여기 무슨 일로?
실은 제가 숨겨놓은 애가 있거든요. 농담인데. 동창 만나러요?
This music is like Wong Kar-wai music.
Wong Kar-wai's music.
Yeah. I remember, like, I've noticed this before in a previous scene, but there's other times that they use very specific music to create a certain
Atmosphere.
like, yeah, from other movies and shows and stuff.
전재주 씨랑은 친했나 보죠.
뭐 볼 걸 못 볼 걸 다 본 막역한 사이랄까? 잘 알거든요. 저 오달의 속살이 어떤지.
Damn.
혹시 아끼는 거 뺏겨본 적 있어요?
And it's funny. He's so used to bullying other people who are weaker than him, and he's trying the same tactics on someone who's either just as strong or even stronger than him, and more money, more influence, more power. So one more episode for the mid-season finale.
So we're seeing like all the kind of threads coming together, right?
Yeah.
Right.
We finally see how she can possibly threaten Hyejeong.
Right. By taking away her like her sweet life or whatever, right?
Yeah, because from what what the show is showing us is that everyone else has things in their life that they can possibly hurt them, but for Hyejeong, seems like the only thing in her life is to marry up.
Right.
Go from poor to rich.
Right. And so she has the possibility of taking that away. Okay. So there's that. And then I guess how is she planning to hurt Chejun though? Like
Well, I think
guess
Chejun's whole thing, like we've been seeing throughout the show, he's very much he's very greedy, he's very selfish, right? Whatever he can't
right.
have, he wants. So I think one of the ways is where she's made it
dangle
to
something.
yeah, dangling
Right.
that carrot. He wants
Right.
he wants his child, but right now he knows he can't. There's
Right.
nothing he can do legally or any otherwise.
Right. So it seems like he's trying to sabotage their marriage because his friend told him that if she gets divorced, you have a shot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, showing his selfishness to be willing to take a child away from a loving family,
Right.
and break up a marriage just so he can take that child and completely throw her life into disarray.
Like how the dude basically said, "Oh, I know your wife like real well,"
No, he wasn't talking about his wife. He was talking about Do-Hyun.
Oh, the picture. Oh, okay.
Remember,
Oh,
he's
all right.
like, I even know what she looks like under her clothes
Right, right,
because of the
right.
burns.
Implying like, yeah. Ah,
Right.
I get it. Yeah.
but to what's his name?
It's like I've known her intimately or
Yeah,
whatever,
to
right?
Do-Young, it's like, yeah, I've
Okay,
known her, I've
that makes
slept with
sense.
her and
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Right. And he's saying that knowing that this man must have an interest in her, right? Has he seen the pictures of them together? I can't
I
remember.
no, they haven't shown that, but I think
Okay.
it's more of just his way. It's just his personality, I think, right?
Okay.
To just kind of show off of I can do this, I have gotten this, I've had that, right? So even if it's not true, he's making it he's implying the fact that he's known her intimately. But at the same time,
That's one thing I'll.
at the
Mm.
same time, throwing that little joke in about that they tormented her.
I was wondering if it's ever been implied that they actually like did kind of like her, because we had that guy like forcing himself like kissing her and stuff, and the way that the places that they've burned her seems like they've gone under her clothes.
Mhm.
So I don't know if, like, it seems like it'd be too crazy to actually like put that in the show, but and maybe they do. I don't Maybe they do later, but are we supposed to kind of like you know
Are we supposed to guess
assume?
or
Yeah,
assume?
right.
I
Yeah,
would.
are we supposed to assume that that's what happens, or
I
that's
had
what has
thought.
happened?
I had thought when I first watched it that there was definitely a possibility of that. Right?
Okay,
Because
right,
if they're gonna do all that stuff to her, what's to stop them from going that far?
right,
Right.
right.
So
Yeah,
there's definitely a possibility that she was attacked that way.
messed
So
up, man.
yeah.
I
Um,
mean, like, all of it's messed up, but right, when he said that though, that's what I was thinking he was implying, like that he's like, he's like had her or whatever, but we know that
which
it's.
maybe that's
Mhm.
part of it. Maybe he did.
Right,
Right.
right, that's what I was thinking.
So
Yeah,
that could be also what he's referring to there.
right. um yeah, I mean, all the threads kind of coming together. Man, if I was watching this like alone, I'd probably go straight into the next episode because I want to know what happens.
Yeah. Well,
um
if we
yeah,
had if we had more time, we could because
right.
again, even though I've seen it, there's still a lot of stuff I don't remember, a lot of stuff I'm
Uh-huh.
catching on for watching it the second time. So
Right,
it's exciting for me too to watch it and
right.
revisit stuff and learn new things. And I do remember thinking that the second half of the season, so
Mhm,
episodes 9 through 16, they were a
mhm.
little bit more, I would say it was a little bit more exciting,
Okay,
right? I
right,
felt like
because
first season was the build up, and the second
huh,
season
right,
was when everything started coming to fruition.
right. So based on like the new information we have, it seems more and more likely that it was actually Yejin who, is that her name?
Yunjin.
Yunjin.
Hmm.
Yunjin is the one who possibly harmed or killed um Myungho, right? Because he must have told her like, I know you're the one who killed that girl, have evidence of
So
it,
yeah.
right? And so then
Plus the
so I
fact of when the three girls were meeting up at Sara's place.
she was pretending like she never had contact with
Yeah,
him,
and she
right?
was acting all weird, like way outside
Right,
of her normal character, right?
right.
Well,
Yeah,
she's instead of her normal, or normal response would be like, "What? He contacted you? He did?" But she's kind of like, "What? What did he do? What? Like being very skittish and standoffish." So it gives you that impression.
right. And then the way that like the husband caught it right away when he was like, "What did he contacted you? Did he threaten you?" And he was like, "Huh, that's kind of weird. That's the first thing you think about, you know?"
Yeah, well, because
Right,
Jejun also said the same thing. So he's like, "Why is it that whenever I bring
right,
up Myungho's name, the first thing they think is that he threatened me?"
right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, very very smart in picking up all those little things like that.
Right. Yeah. So then yeah, and it seems like then that must imply that he threatened uh Yunjin. So yeah, okay. I'm really curious to see how they resolve that. So part of her plan was to kind of get a confession
From Yeonjin.
from Yunjin. I mean, it's still possible, but it just became a lot more difficult, right? She could just, I mean,
Yeah, again, so
hmm.
what I didn't remember from watching it the first time was that Myung-oh, he veered off from her plan.
Oh,
He got
right.
greedy and did things on his
Mm,
own, which ended up getting him from what we
right.
know, getting him killed.
Killed. Right.
Right. And
Yeah.
that wasn't part of Song Hye-Gyo's plan there.
Right. Right.
So,
Um,
but yeah, he, his own greed just got the better of him with that, and so now, now Dongwon has to figure out a way to,
get that confession still,
yeah,
right?
get that
Or
confession and or something to go back to her revenge
right.
with Yeonjin.
Right.
Let's talk about Hyejeong,
Who?
right? Hyejeong, the doctor,
Oh, the
right?
doctor. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
I didn't want to say,
Mhm.
obviously I didn't want to say anything at the beginning, but when you
Mhm.
were always like, oh, he's a stalker, he's this, and you're like, but
Mhm.
there's got to be some kind of craziness to him or whatever, and
Right.
I obviously I had known about this scene, so
Right.
and you're right, yeah, there is a craziness. I mean, to sit there and visualize stabbing and murdering somebody for revenge, I mean, a lot of people have done some visualization like that, but his was
Right.
very very methodical and very what's the word, it was very deliberate.
Okay. Right. Right.
So
There's a difference. Like it's basically first degree murder if he does it.
yeah,
Right.
which I think,
Because
so the
it's
whole
been
point of
planned.
that was to show that he, as far as what we can see here, he's capable of killing somebody,
Right.
right? He wants to kill
Um.
somebody.
Right. I think one common element amongst like our, like our good guys, right, is like they've all had some kind of like trauma,
Mm-hmm.
right? Tonglin's had, was like viciously and like bullied. We saw the doctors, he saw his father like probably bleed
Murdered.
out and die. And then, the private investigator lady, she's, also the victim of abuse. Um I think we kinda see it, implied on the bad guys too, like, right, but we don't really feel bad for them, like, they all seem to have, like, kinda messed up, like, relations with their parents, right?
Well,
Um
to some degree, I mean, we don't know about Hejong or Myung-oh, right?
right.
We never really
Oh, that's
see
true.
their parents.
Right.
The only time we ever saw Myung-oh's parents was the first episode, when either his dad or grandfather, someone comes to pick him up from the police station, and he's just yelling and arguing with his,
Alright.
I think it was his dad, maybe it was his grandfather, right? But that's it. That's the only
Right.
thing we got from Myung-oh. From
Right.
Hejong, all we know is that her family has a laundromat.
I wanna see someone like I wanna be able to identify influences,
Mm-hmm.
but, so far, like, there's kinda like filmic influences. I see some like, Wong Kar-wai, obviously. I wonder if, other viewers can kind of, uh, like, think of other kind of, at least filmic or visual or, like audio influences. Like you were talking about Mission Impossible, like they were using that kind of the
Yeah,
music.
it had
I
the
remember
same like
thinking
tone.
yeah, I remember thinking there's other parts where like it made me kind of think of um other shows or movies. We may have even mentioned it like in passing or something, like when we heard it.
Yeah,
But
we might have.
yeah, yeah. Um but yeah, I mean it's sometimes when you know the influences, you can kind of see like like what did they do with that influence? Did they go beyond it, right? Did they twist it? Did they go against our expectations by kind of showing the influence or revealing an influence and then making us think it's going to happen a certain way and then flipping it, you know. But so far I don't really see a lot of that. I don't see
Yeah,
a lot of that.
I haven't. You know, it seems like it's more just a broad,
Right.
a broad influence, right? Like they took pieces from everything and put it into this.
Right. Yeah. Um I'm trying to think of specific places and specific pieces, but it's not coming to me right now. Yeah, but I'm definitely gonna be looking for that going forward as well. So
All right. Well,
yeah.
next one will be the mid-season finale, episode 8, and so stay tuned for that. Again, thank you for watching with us. If you are watching on YouTube, please remember to like and subscribe and check us out on our Patreon. For our Patreon viewers, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again next time. Bye.